Now we're up to my favorite part, defining the target market. In order to build a solid foundation for your business, you need to determine who your target market is going to be and how you're going to reach them. What kind of verbiage are you going to use? And more so, how are you going to engage with them? This is going to be really important in order to figure out your marketing strategies and how you're going to market your product directly to your consumer. Targeting a specific market doesn't mean that you're going to need to exclude people that don't fit into your criteria, but rather you're reaching more specifically your direct target market in terms of demographic information and people that will synergize best with your product. It's going to allow you to focus your marketing and brand messaging towards a specific market that's more likely to purchase from you as opposed to other markets. This is going to be much more affordable, efficient, and effective way to reach direct clients and generate business. So we're going back to your competitive analysis. How are you going to define your target market? Really is ultimately going to start off with checking out your competition. Because when you figure out who your competitors are targeting, you know that there's already a market for this particular product. And you can think about it in the competitive landscape. Could that potentially be your clientele? Or does it mean that there's a niche area and you should be directing it towards a different clientele? This is going to make you think, and more importantly, it's going to help you figure out what type of verbiage you should be utilizing in your marketing strategies. You're also going to start analyzing your product or service. So ultimately, the benefit of high quality design is really essentially for them to gain more customers and make more money. This is the next step in defining your target market. You want to analyze your product and your service. So you want to start writing out a list of each feature of your product and services that you offer. And next to each feature, you're going to list the benefits that they provide. For example, if a dress designer offered high quality dress designs, the result is going to be a more professional company image. And that is going to resonate with more customers because it's going to have a more luxurious feeling and it's going to present itself as a professional, trustworthy company. So when you think about who your target market is, you need to really evaluate what the product and the service is that you're going to be providing them. Then you're going to start making a list of the type of people that need these benefits and start diving in deep. It's really going to be about the specific demographics that you're going to be targeting your market. So you want to think about the age, their location, their gender, potential income level so that you can adjust and price your items accordingly. And additional items would include education level, marital, family status, their occupation, because you want to make sure that your product is based around their lifestyle. So with my athleticized company, I would be targeting the 25 to 35-year-old demographic in more of a suburban location that focuses on outdoors and exercise and really healthy lifestyle. You also want to think about the psychographics of your target market. What is their personality going to be like, their attitude, potential values, interests and hobbies, as well as their lifestyle and their behavior. How can you connect with them through the type of content that you're going to be providing? And how is your product or service going to fit into their lifestyle? Will they use it, and when will they use it? What kind of features are going to be the most appealing to them? And what media do they turn to for information? Are they bigger on social media? Because you want to make sure that you tailor the content specifically to where they live. So now we should ask ourselves a couple of questions. First, are there enough people that fit my criteria for my target market? Will my target really benefit from the product or service, and is there a need for it? Do I understand what drives my target market to make these decisions? Can they afford the product or service that I'm providing? And can I reach them with my message? Are they easily accessible? You don't want to break your target market down too far because then you're going to have too much of a niche market that might not be defined yet. Consider your marketing message for each niche market and if you can reach different niche markets, make sure that your marketing is targeted appropriately. So if you find that there are only 50 people that fit all of your criteria, you should reevaluate your target. The trick is to find a perfect balance. You might be asking yourself, how do I find all this information? The internet is your best friend. Start Googling. Take a look at what people are doing, what are they talking about. Social media is more than just a tool to have conversations on, or social media is more than just an engagement tool, but it's also a listening tool. You can learn so much about people, their interests, what products they're using, where they are, just from listening to what they've mentioned on social media, especially Twitter and Instagram. Defining your target market is definitely the hardest part, but once you know who you're targeting, it's going to be much easier to figure out which media you can use to reach them and the marketing messages that are going to resonate with them. Instead of sending direct mail, we don't do that anymore. We're going to be focusing on reaching people on the platforms that they live on and creating a desire for them to want to engage in the content that you're putting out there, especially when it's synergistic to your brand. There's a quote that I typically use in my classes. You can't be everything to everyone, so you want to make sure that you're the right thing to the right people. You need to focus on your primary market. You're going to have a specific product or service that's going to reach a demographic that wants your product or service. So you just want to make sure that you understand who the person is that you're trying to reach, and it'll help you figure out best strategies in regards to why they would want your product or service, and technographically how you can reach them. So a couple of things that I've been thinking about lately have been not only social media, but the fact that we are on our mobile phones almost all the time. So if you find that people want to opt in through email, that's one aspect. If you find that another component, because we are on our mobiles and you're reaching a younger demographic, text messaging might be the right option. More importantly, which social media platforms resonate with which target market? If we're thinking Tumblr, we're probably thinking the 13 to 17-year-old demographic. If we're talking about Instagram, even though it does skew towards the 13 to 27-year-old demographic, people are starting to increasingly adopt that technology because we're focusing on visual photo sharing. So it's really important to focus on who am I trying to reach and what's the best strategy to reach them. Let's take a look at a sample target market that I put together for the company that I created, Athletize. We're basically targeting the active, young, thinking women who are appearance conscious. Their main goal is to achieve physical fitness and inner peace. They have an active lifestyle, but they're also sophisticated and well educated. Their age range from 25 to 45 years old, in the upper middle class, and they will probably reside in North America because that's where I am aware that I can reach them. Psychographics are also important because we want to think about the appeal to the customer that they value. So essentially, their values fall into a high quality of life, peace, self-improvement. They value innovative sportswear, and they don't want to compromise on great style or comfort. This product line is really meant to make them feel fantastic, whether they are working out or they're heading to work out, or even if they're just walking around town, because they feel comfortable not only in their apparel but also how they look in it.